Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried taking the internet once again today to defend himself amid the crypto exchange's ongoing bankruptcy case.
Sam Bankman-Fried is back to posting. In a Substack post this morning, the former FTX CEO denied stealing funds or stashing away billions of dollars.
Crypto winter, I think there's a crisis of confidence going on. But if you believe in this technology, believe in digital assets and blockchain, there will be some survivors. And based on our math, Coinbase has a pretty strong balance sheet to survive through this period. So longer term, we believe Coinbase can be one of the few survivors.
Yeah, their CEO, Brian Armstrong, in an interview talked about more shoes to drop in that environment. Let's talk about Bitcoin, largely speaking, very volatile last year, and quite frankly, the last few years looks to almost be stabilizing somewhere around that 17,000. We're seeing it 17,475, up 1.5+% today. Do you see that stabilizing throughout this year? Is there more volatility to come as we see a few more interest rate hikes from the Fed?
FTX's collapse last year wiped out tens of billions of dollars in enterprise value overnight. Still, Sam Bankman-Fried continues to claim that he did nothing wrong, this time in newsletter form. Now, all over the world, investors are concerned regarding crypto as well as other crypto exchanges. What should we expect from the crypto market in 2023? Is it safe to trade on other exchange platforms? Should people invest in Bitcoin? To answer all of your concerns, in today's video, Brian Armstrong has shared his views on the FTX saga and the SBF fraud case. His comments came as SBF shared his post claiming that he didn't steal any money. So stay tuned until the end, as he also discusses why Coinbase is different from FTX and how regulation is crucial for the crypto space. To know more details, let's dive into the video. But before jumping ahead, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos on the crypto market.
But it seems pretty clear to me that it's not just a run on the bank or poor management of funds. It appears that they took customer funds from their exchange and actually commingled them or moved them into their hedge fund and then ended up in a very underwater position. And that was, I believe, against their terms of service and against the law. And so from my point of view, it looks like a massive fraud. And we know that because they turned off withdrawals and the customer funds, which should have been held there one-to-one, were not able to be withdrawn. So that appears to be a fraud from my point of view.
In December, Bankman-Fried was arrested in the Bahamas and extradited to the United States, where he's been charged with 8 counts of fraud, money laundering, and violating campaign finance laws. In a highly unusual blog post last Thursday, a month after his arrest on US fraud charges, Sam Bankman-Fried said he didn't steal the money and blamed the collapse of his now bankrupt FTX exchange on a wider crash in the cryptocurrency market. SBF also claims that Alameda Research was a victim of downturns in the market and eventually Alameda's contagion spread to FTX. SBF cites other recently failed crypto firms like Celsius and Voyager in an attempt to show that this was an industry-wide issue and not unique to FTX. Due to the FTX collapse, people are looking at other exchanges with doubts as well. Many are wondering if people's accounts are managed the way they're meant to be in Coinbase and other exchanges. Let's get into the next clip and see what the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, has to say on the matter.
Well, I do think the FTX downfall is a bit of a black mark for the industry, and it's not representative of the whole industry, of course, though. And, in traditional financial services, occasionally you see bad actors as well, like Bernie Madoff or what happened at Enron. Now, in terms of regulation, I do think that it won't be a bad thing. Coinbase has been calling for clear regulation and trying to work with policymakers for quite a while. We've made some progress on that across various G20 countries, but I think it will serve as a wake-up call and sort of a moment of catalyst where we'll get more clear regulation in the United States. And I think that'll actually be a good thing for both Coinbase and the whole industry. We actually are very different than what happened with FTX. So for one thing, Coinbase is based right here in the United States. We didn't incorporate in an offshore jurisdiction like the Bahamas. We're also a public company, which means we need to meet all of the audit requirements of a public company. And so we show in our publicly audited financial statements that, corporate cash is separate from customer funds, and you don't have to take our word for it. A Big Four accounting firm has come in and proven that in these cases. So there's other differences as well. we operate an exchange, but we've never created an exchange token like the way FTX did. We never operated our own market maker or hedge fund in the way that FTX did, because we believed that would be a conflict of interest. So the difference between the two firms, I think, cannot be overstated. And it's really a validation of the approach that we've taken at Coinbase over the last 10 years to sort of build this business in a trusted and compliant way, as opposed to what happened with FTX.
Brian Armstrong assures investors and customers that Coinbase's working and structuring is very different from FTX, and they do not hold and trade customers' investments. Back to SBF, Sam wrote, "I didn't steal money, and I certainly didn't hide billions of dollars. Clients are usually advised by defense attorneys to remain silent before trial because prosecutors can use their comments against them in court. However, Bankman-Fried in the lengthy post maintained his innocence." Investors aren't that confident in the crypto space. Many are wondering if they should have crypto in their portfolio. Some are even saying that ultimately all cryptocurrencies will go to zero. Do you guys agree? Let me know in the comments section below. Let's see what Brian Armstrong has to say on the matter. But before going ahead, be sure to give a big thumbs up on this video.
Well, it's obviously been a difficult market for not just crypto, but also really all growth tech and biotech, I would say too. Look, I think there's a long history in technology of bubbles being created and then corrections. And, there's hype cycles and doom cycles. And this has been true, obviously, with the internet in recent memory. But even if you go back to the railroads and, the telephone and all these things, studying the history of this, you see that when a big technology innovation happens, early adopters come in, you see a bubble form. There's oftentimes irrational exuberance, and then a correction happens. But ultimately, there is a breakthrough there, and it takes sometimes a decade or more for these benefits to come to fruition. So that's exactly what's happening here with cryptocurrency. 1 in 4 U.S. households have now used cryptocurrency. It's not a niche thing. It does tend to skew towards a younger audience, and so sometimes people who grew up and their whole career was in traditional financial services, it's hard for them to, this is the innovator's dilemma, right? If people are familiar with the Clay Christensen book, it's hard for them to see this new thing coming along and seeing what the disruptive potential of it would be. And there's sometimes a little bit of blindness that happens with that. But nevertheless, the change is happening and more people are using crypto through every cycle that happens.
It's tough times for the crypto space. One can say that it's more like a Lehman movement with crypto right now, and crypto is big enough that we've had substantial harm with investors. FTX's dramatic implosion wiped out more value than Bear Stearns, Lehman Brothers, or Washington Mutual, 3 high-profile institutions that folded up during the 2008 financial crisis. The high-profile crypto blow-up left an estimated 1 million customers and other investors facing total losses in the billions of dollars. Investors are concerned while investing in crypto. Many are still uneducated about how the market works. Many experts, investors, crypto giants, and others are affected and asking themselves, where does crypto go from here? Let's get into the next clip to hear Brian Armstrong's viewpoint on the future of crypto.
Right. Well, I think that's a very valid concern across really any type of investment that people might make, not just in crypto, but in stocks and in everything. So my perception is that we actually do need more clear regulation that's crypto specific. I mean, crypto businesses like Coinbase were already regulated like a traditional financial service business. And, we have a CFTC license and we're registered with FinCEN. We have a New York BIT license and various money transmission licenses. That's just in the US. But I think we need more crypto specific regulation in the US, both around stablecoins, how centralized exchanges and custodians are, the best practices they should have in place around audits and, not commingling funds. Many of those things we're already doing. And then the big piece will be actually getting clarity around what's a commodity, what is a security, what's a stable coin. And we need sort of an updated version of the Howey test, which is something that the SEC uses that applies more to cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of legislation being put through Congress now, and Coinbase has been very active in DC, working with policymakers there. There's strong bipartisan support in the US to actually get clear crypto regulation. The FTX situation created a little bit of a delay in the legislation that I was hoping was going to be getting passed in the next quarter or so. But I think within the next year, we can hopefully get something there in the US and then go for the rest of the G20 as well. Right. So we're not a registered investment advisor, so I have to be a little careful. I mean, we're not giving any investment advice to people. But what I do personally, and what I would tell people, I should say personally, is that If this is something new, don't invest in anything that you don't understand. And if you want to learn about it, you can put 1% of your net worth into it or something like that, that you would be okay if it all went to zero. But if it's not, then that's a way for you to dip your toe in the water and hopefully, own a little piece of this crypto economy that's happening more and more on the internet for the next 5 or 10 years. So I'm more in the mindset of, personally, I don't actively trade crypto or anything like that. I'm more of like a long-term buy and holder. And then I just try to help the company build good products and services. So I'm not like an active trader of crypto personally.
In the wake of the FTX crash, the government's role in the crypto market has become a buzzing topic among investors. US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that the shocking collapse of FTX is proof that crypto markets need very careful regulation. Brian Armstrong has also highlighted that most cryptocurrency assets will face regulations in the form of securities in the near future. He also advises people that it's important to understand crypto before investing in it. You see, most investors enter these markets without much research or knowledge only because they see others making phenomenal returns. To conclude this video, with Bankman-Fried pleading not guilty, the stage is set for a court trial which is expected to begin in October. According to the SEC and the CFTC, Sam Bankman-Fried masterminded the misappropriation of more than $8 billion in funds from customer accounts. Bankman-Fried is currently out on a $250 million bond, awaiting trial at his parents' home per the condition of bail. So, what should we expect from the crypto market in 2023? Can we get regulation this year? Is it time to invest in crypto? Let me know in the comment section below. For more updates on FTX, the SBF case, and the crypto market, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can also hit that bell icon to never miss any video that I upload. Also, don't forget to like and share. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, and thanks for watching.